Is there something you have to do for your salvation? Well, yeah, you have to believe, don't you? Isn't that the difference between the lost and the saved? One believes. Is it a one-time thing? Do you have to say the magic words like Dr. Heiser says? Or do you just have to say the magic words once? Or do you have to keep saying them? Do you have to continue doing something? Yeah, you have to continue at least to believe. Don't take my word for it. Jesus says this in Matthew 10. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Yeah, you might think, if you confess, you're saved. So you just have to confess once and then you're saved. So if you say they went out from us because they were not of us, means they were never saved. But what if you confess before men? Is that a one-time event? If so, how can you say they were never of us? For if they were of us, then it doesn't work. Maybe you're thinking, well, the context is those who haven't believed yet. And then so if they confess, then they're in. Well, then no one could say they were never really saved if they did this magic spell. But still, it leaves the door open, depending on your soteriology. But what does it say in Romans 11? And if some of the branches be broken off, wait, I thought they were just a branch. Oh, it's not corporate, it's them individually as a corporate group. If some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partake of the root and fatness of the olive tree, boast not against the branches. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. For if God not spared the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not you. Behold therefore the goodness and severity of God. On them which fell severity, but toward you goodness. If thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off. If thou continue in his goodness, you will receive God's goodness towards you. Otherwise, you also shall be cut off. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted back in, for God is able to graft them in again. For how much easier shall it be for them who were by nature part of the tree to be grafted back in? Behold therefore the goodness and severity of God. On them which fell severity, what did they fall from? But toward thee goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also should be cut off. If you continue, or else cut off. Sorry. That's what it says.